Austin Seibert out for the kick. And we're off from Levi Stadium. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
2nd and 3 now. Out of the gun, Daniels. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. And he's brought down for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass, when they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making their running backs feel the pain.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That one's cut along the left sideline. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. So here come the 49ers now to take over for the first time. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio.
Oh, he loses the football. And the Commanders pick this one up. Did not want to start like that. They get their shot to show what they can do, and they cough it up immediately, and they're off the field in one play.
Did you see what I saw there, Kate? I think I saw the excitement leave their body as somebody else was on top of that fun ball. If you're the type to believe in omens, well, this is a very worrying start to this game.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives it up past the 45. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They send a man in motion. Here's a quick pass, cut outright. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Cut out left. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. Again, Daniels to the air. He's got it near the 8. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that will set up 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Robinson takes this the wrong way. That's a loss all the way back to the 5.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the out.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Commanders get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on first down, they go right back to the ground and score just one play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that first down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of pride. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. He fields it from the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And there's only one team satisfied with their spot in the playoffs right now, and that's the one currently at the top. A lot of time left for everybody else to jostle for better position, or simply for one of the 7 spots available. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. We're going to look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They kick the running back in motion. Here's 2nd and 5. Has some daylight through the 40. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
On the counter, McCaffrey. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a 49er first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Looking to throw, Purdy. Into traffic, complete. And that will not be enough for a first down. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the gun is Purdy. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. It's a 2-score game early. back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Time to get the second quarter going. The 49ers set up inside the red zone. First down throw by Purdy. Flush down out to his left.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slipping quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers make it a one-score game in the first half. George Kittle, the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Seibert's able to connect on that extra point. And the 49ers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, it's Rondale Moore. Good-looking return here, and he's got room. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. They bring McLaurin in motion right. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
3rd and long for Daniels. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting 2nd right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. Purdy on 1st down. Kittle brings it in. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make them miss in the backfield.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Into the hands of Kittle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's a pickup of 9. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And this time, they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. Looks like no gain on second down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Purdy to throw it. Finding Pearsall. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And that's a 49er first down.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Purdy throwing here on first. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
That throw finds Kittle. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop. And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. To throw again, it's Purdy. Makes the grab in bounds left side. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Running back sent in motion. Purdy looking to throw. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. Gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Complete to Christian McCaffrey. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. The back grabs it. Touchdown, San Francisco. This play gives us an excellent opportunity, Brock, to talk about how well he sees the field with the ball in his hands, because that was a big part of that touchdown.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a handoff or it gets hauled in on a 30-yard throw. The instincts, that's what it is. Instincts with a capital I. And the best running backs in the game today, they've got to do it as a runner, and they got to do it as a receiver.
Seibert tacks on the point after. And the 49ers tie things up at 14. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Moore with a return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They take over on offense now pretty late in this first half. And we're down inside a minute to play in the half, but that's enough time to get a drive together. On first down, here's Daniels. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Third down give to Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. Daniels on first down. Finds him over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. 2nd and 1. Looking right, and he finds him. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Able to get it to Moore. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders take the lead just before halftime. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
Santos now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The 49ers are ready to go on offense for the final time in the first half. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. And that's incomplete. With 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. Looking to throw. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. One final shot before halftime. He's trying to push the field. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, that brings us to the midway point of this one. The Commanders enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment.
Not everyone's a fan of the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the second half. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The 49ers offense ready to get to work to begin this third quarter. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. From the gun is Purdy. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's an option play to the left. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
McCaffrey on 3rd down. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that, a guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that. Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10.
That's good for A.
Purdy throwing here. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up. And you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Now motion him out of the backfield. First down throw by Purdy. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Winky Luvu there for the tackle. That's 5, it looks like, on the play. So now it's going to be 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Pearsall there to grab it. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
Complete to Pearsall. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's another 49er first down.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Here's Purdy to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he will score. It's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Brock Purdy with the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers tie this game at 21. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Return starts at the 9. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
You know, that's a case, Kate, defensively, where you just got to keep your eyes on the backfield and be ready if they go with that drop play. Even an extra second to react, well, gives them room to operate.
He's on the move. Oh, he's going for it again. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. He gets 6 on that play, and the Commanders will have a first. One of the tight ends motioning right. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Nick Bosa makes the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. It's an option to the left side. The defenders are there to get him at the line. That's Baron Browning who makes the stop. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Daniels. Jukes out a one-stop, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. To throw, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And that's good for a gain of 5. Diamador Lenore there on the stop.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him. That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Daniels from the pistol. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. That was Terry McLaurin on the target. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Play fake here, Daniels. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's we got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back. The wind was at his sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
Starting from the 5. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now it's Purdy. That's caught in stride by McCaffrey. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the 4th. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. Into traffic. Complete. And he'll get it up to the 44. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. They put a receiver in motion right. Purdy on 1st down. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because you throw it in double coverage. And you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
To throw again, it's Purdy. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a 49er 1st down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Hits him on the out route. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They're now set for first and 10.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
This one's caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Here we go, third and less than a yard. Now Purdy. The back grabs it. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's brought in by Miller. Hits the end zone for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take a fourth-quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers take a 4-point lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. The Commanders set to take over. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. And he found some running room for a nice gain. On second down, Robinson. This one goes for 3 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first. New set of downs for him at the 38. On first down, here's Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Second and 3 now. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
Looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
Daniels on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. From the gun, it's Daniels. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 28. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Commanders losing by 4. Again, Daniels to the air. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. He'll look to throw it. Complete. It's McLaurin. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. Up to the line, and they're set. First and 10. Here he is to throw. Completes one to Ben Sinnott. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Slot receiver headed left. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. And the 49ers in a dime set now, third down coming. Throwing now. Able to hit Robinson, complete. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got first and goal.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Washington calls it second timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Robinson on the inside give. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Buckle up, it's third and goal. Looking to throw it. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up. Looks like play has been paused. We've got a timeout taken by the defense. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game.
Touchdown, Washington.
So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Completed to his running back. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. Setting up to pass. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. San Francisco calls it second timeout. Purdy throwing here on first. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he's brought down after a short gain. Before we can get a snap on second down, they call timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. To throw again, it's Purdy. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. First down throw by Purdy. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. So big kick coming up for Austin Seibert. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. Now on comes Austin Seibert for the field goal. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. Looking good, and it's through. And in the final moments, they force overtime.
Overtime rested on his leg, Kate, and he got the job done. And now, if things go a specific way in OT, the next time we see him line up, It could be for the game winner.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He fires one deep down the middle. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference.
Defense.
Ball game's not over just yet. Don't leave those seats. The interference call means we're going to have an untimed down here. The kick is good. He got it. And the third time he puts it through will be the charm. They've won it. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it.